Hi everybody and welcome to my video blog. My name is Gwen Warren from Biting Fit and I'm doing a video blog today about the 7 different forms of hunger. Now, different people feel different forms of hunger in different ways. Hunger is certainly not the same for everybody. So I'm going to talk through the 7 different forms of hunger that we experience and what they actually feel like so that you know how to recognize them. And also I just wanted to mention some good news for Biting Fit, and that is that today the Biting Fit blog has been recognised as one of the top 10 nutritional blogs in the UK. So I'm really pleased about that, and hopefully the video blogs will take off and be rated just as highly. So let's talk about the 7 different forms of hunger. The first one I'm going to talk about is normal hunger. So what does normal hunger feel like? Well, it builds up gradually, it starts slowly, it's something that importantly you are in control of. So it's not something that's overwhelming, it's not something that makes you feel hungry for sugar or fats, or it doesn't make you crave things. And it's just a normal kind of hunger, and you tend to feel a little rumble in your stomach, but you're totally in control and you can wait a good 1, 2, even 3 hours before you eat because your blood sugar levels remain stable. So that's normal hunger. And I have to say that I've spoken to quite a few people about this, and a lot of them say that they don't remember the last time they actually experienced normal hunger. So that's the first one. The second one is water hunger or hydration hunger. And this one is really, really common in that we tend to confuse the signals of thirst with the signals of hunger. So a lot of us remain dehydrated throughout the day if we're not drinking enough water, and our body will send us messages that we can misinterpret really easily and think, well, we're feeling hungry, it must be that we need some food. But every time we eat something, you don't feel that satisfied. And the reason being because actually what your body is telling you is that you need water and you need to remain hydrated. So I always say to anybody, if you're feeling that you're hungry in the day, but you've only just eaten, or you ate 2 or 3 hours ago, drink a glass of water first, wait 20 minutes, and then see if you're still hungry. If you're not, the hunger was water hunger or hydration hunger. The third form of hunger is the one that a lot of people experience quite negatively. It's the blood sugar hunger. So this is where your blood sugar levels drop. It's also referred to as hangry. So if you've heard that phrase before, that's what we're talking about. It's irritability, it's the shakes. Sometimes people get a little bit dizzy or they get headaches, but you can see it in their mood, and this tension starts to rise and they really need to eat and they need to eat now. That's your blood sugar levels dropping, and you tend to reach the sugary foods and you tend to crave those things like caffeine, sugar, biscuits, cakes, chocolate, or even things like Red Bull and energy drinks, etc. So that's your automatic response to blood sugar hunger. Emotional hunger, and of course a lot of people experience emotional hunger. It tends to be immediate, and it needs some kind of immediate level of satisfaction. So it's a very fast acting form of hunger, and of course it's a psychologically related form of hunger. So again, it'll make you reach for bad foods or foods that have a sedative effect on the body. Emotional hunger does tend to be linked to foods that have a sedative effect. Now, one of those things is gluten. Gluten, it can be quite sedating on the body, especially wheat, because wheat contains certain chemical compounds called opioids, and they actually affect the brain in a similar way to opioids, which means they do actually have a calming and sedative effect on the body. So when you're feeling emotional and emotionally aroused to the point that you're feeling uncomfortable with that, it's your natural unconscious reaction to want to sedate yourself. So you reach unconsciously for foods that are naturally going to sedate you. Another one is cell fatigue or cell hunger. Now, what I mean by that is that your cellular electrolytes are out of balance. So things like potassium, sodium, magnesium, and chloride, those electrolytes tend to be out of balance, and they can actually make you hungry. But what your body is craving are minerals. So one of the best things to do for cellular hunger is to take a magnesium supplement or to take a magnesium drink, or certainly a green juice, which is rich in magnesium and rich in electrolytes. Also, electrolytes in water is another way to help to replenish cellular hunger. But how do you recognize it? That's a difficult one to recognize. But I would say that if you're craving salty foods, like crisps or cheese particularly, you might be craving magnesium. You might be imbalanced in your electrolytes. So that's a good sign that you need to be intaking more magnesium. So that's cell fatigue. Another one is addictive substance hunger, which kind of speaks for itself, which is obviously due to withdrawal of addictive substances or addictive foods. And then number 7 is really a combination of all of those. And I would say the worst or the most difficult type of hunger to overcome is a combination of blood sugar hunger and emotional hunger at the same time, which is why it's so important to balance your blood sugar levels, because it really does help you to gravitate towards the right foods without you even having to think about it. So those are your 7 forms of hunger: normal hunger, water hunger, blood sugar hunger, emotional hunger, cellular fatigue or cellular hunger, addictive substance hunger, or a combination of all of those. Once you learn to tune into your body and recognize the different signs, because the different signs are very, very subtle, but you can recognize them. Once you tune into that and you learn what those different signals are, you're well on the way to choosing the right foods. Thank you for watching.